6:04, call the meeting to order. Everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, agenda review. Karen, where we had the gazebo?
We had the gazebo, and then we added just a violation driveway permit.
Okay, Rogers Road. Everybody got a chance to look at the payroll and manifest?
Yeah.
And minutes of September 23rd?
Yes.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of the 23rd.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We had a letter of hire. We signed the voluntary lot merger form in anticipation of the sale of town properties. On November 8th, there will be a auction held by New Hampshire Tax Deed and Property Auctions at Barnstead Elementary School for some town-owned properties. And we signed some congratulatory letters of hire for the highway department on their grader. So in that case, we are into the swearing in of a new officer. Do I have that form already? Okay. You want to say it before he's official or after he's official? In case it goes bad? Like your plan ahead. Exactly. We're going to say.
So good evening, board and public. Thank you for taking the time to meet us tonight. We bring to you Nick Champa. He's originally from Maine, but as a resident of Barnstead, has been for a little over a year now. He lives here with his wife Haley and their daughter, and they are expecting. He has worked in security for the last 6 years, and he comes from a family background of police officers. He naturally wants to become a police officer, so we are very lucky to have him on board.
Good. All right. So, Nicholas, where is there a vacancy for a full-time police officer within Barnstead? And we, the subscribers, have confidence in your ability and integrity to perform the duties of said office. We do hereby appoint you, the said Nicholas Champa, to the position of full-time police officer of said town. And upon your taking the oath of office and having this appointment and certificate of said oath of office recorded by the town clerk, you shall have the powers to perform the duties and be subject to the liabilities of such office until another person shall be chosen and qualified in your stead. So, now you got to repeat after me. Okay. So raise your hand. I, Nicholas Champa,
I, Nicholas Champa,
do solemnly swear that I will bear faith and true allegiance to the United States of America
do solemnly swear that I will bear faith and true allegiance to the United States of America
and the state of New Hampshire,
and the state of New Hampshire,
and will support the constitutions thereof, so help me God.
and will support the constitutions thereof, so help me God.
I, Nicholas Champa,
I, Nicholas Champa,
do solemnly and sincerely swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties. What's that? Am I doing it wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
Slow down.
Oh, he's so hard to remember.
He's doing fine. So where were we? Do solemnly and sincerely swear and affirm
do solemnly and sincerely swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and perform all the duties incumbent on me
and perform all the duties incumbent on me
as full-time police officer for the town of Barnstead,
as full-time police officer for the town of Barnstead,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules regulations of the Constitution,
and the laws of the state of New Hampshire,
and the laws of the state of New Hampshire,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
He's very friendly, so please go around, give away.
Apparently talk slow.
All right, and then we have the police department.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
guys want to join.
Yeah, well, we'd love to.
Face the audience. Chris, come up here, please. Nancy, over here, please. Dan, I need a photographer. And Mr. Lieutenant, stand here. Thank you. All right. It's always motivating to see a young man take the oath of office and swear allegiance to our Constitution and our country and our state. It's awesome. It is equally as much of an honor as to bestow awards on police officers that demonstrate honorable performance. And tonight, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, could I have a family member of each of these three please approach us? You are going to pin this on your mom. Come on, sir. You are going to pin this on your wife when I read the citations. And with the you are going to pin this on your wife.
That's how
And it's going to go right above their name, okay? And the lieutenant will show her daughter where to do it. I'm going to read the first award real quickly. I am pleased to announce the Commendation Bar for Honorable Service on behalf of the Barnstead Police Department to Lieutenant Annie Cole. It is with great pride that Lieutenant Cole, for her distinguished service, recognizing exceptional dedication, integrity, and consistent performance in her duties and responsibilities as a sergeant and lieutenant for the past 3 years. I am pleased to submit and recognize Patricia Lazat with a commendation bar with 2 service stars for 10 years of honorable service as the administrative assistant. Patricia Lazat has served with great pride and honor, exceptional dedication and integrity, consistent with the performance in her duties and responsibilities as an administrative assistant. And lastly, I am pleased to announce the presentation of the Commendation Bar for Honorable Service on behalf of the Barnstead Police Department to Nancy Hart for her exceptional dedication, integrity, and consistent performance in her duties as administrative assistant for the past 3 years. Please join me in a round of applause for these 3 officers. Okay, Lieutenant, back over to you. Thank you all very much.
Yep, we're gonna do it now, so that you can go enjoy. We just won't mention the name.
Thank you so much, I appreciate that.
So, a couple weeks back, 2 weeks ago, there was damage done to the gazebo and one of the tables at the parade.
At the parade.
And-
Everybody here. Rob.
Thank you.
Spin right out. Nobody wants to listen to you, Lieutenant. So, 2 weeks ago, there was damage done to the gazebo and a table at the parade grounds. The lieutenant and the police department, I don't know who did it, but lieutenant apprehended the violator and has spoken with his parents, and they're wanting to make restitution. So it's really up to the board whether we want to go that route. And the lieutenant had some concerns. We're talking to juvenile and whether it was worth going through the criminal justice system or just getting reimbursement for the damage. So that's a board decision.
What was the extent of the damage?
There was two lights broken, on the gazebo, and
So the ones that are mounted inside
Yeah.
on the,
the
okay,
larger table, they like punched through holes all
okay, so no major repairs, just some lights?
Yeah.
on it. One of them has a new wire.
Yeah. Local kid? Or somebody local, should I say?
Somebody low enough that they gave me a first name, and I said, that is.
Okay.
So it's really a board decision whether we want to have lieutenant just deal with the parents and get restitution, get it taken care of.
I'm agreeable with that. Okay with me.
Me too.
We're gonna leave it up to your judgment.
Well, sometimes when we go through the court system, we do the JPO, and then they talk to them, pat them on the phone, and then send them on the way. If the family doesn't want to be involved, they don't have to be, and so sometimes they can get both on the side.
I think it's better if the parents deal with this child. Yeah.
Karen, do we need a more motion and a vote, or are we just okay telling Andy, the lieutenant, to take care of it?
Okay.
As you see
I
fit?
just need someone giving me an estimate.
We'll get that.
Awesome. Go enjoy your
Thank you.
snacks. Okay. And then we just had the violation, but everybody's seen that, so we don't need any action from the board on that. So that brings us to Mr. Frazier. You're up.
Do I have to sit up there?
You do.
I do?
You do.
Yes.
Okay.
Got to tell us who you are, where you live, all that sort of.
I'm Mark Frazier. I live at 374 Parade Road. And I'm here to address an issue that's been ongoing for probably better part of 10 years. It's getting worse and worse. I've lived there since 1984. The traffic was kind of non-existent. And we finally have had enough. There's noise, speed, I'd say a center line violation, but there are no center lines on that road, or any of that road. Maintenance, there's brush and so forth that needs to be cut. There's forcing people into the middle of the road. And I've been, when I come back with my pickup truck with my trailer and excavator on the back, I come around the parade and come around by Jeff Young's house, and I'm plugging the ditch almost into his porch, and people are still trying to run. So I think it's time, and I've complained to the police department. I was there last week, and I was there 3-4 years ago, and that's when I learned that our police chief was part-time, and made suggestions that they need to slow the traffic down somehow. And by the police department just meandering through town, the odds of winning the Powerball is probably a lot better than them catching somebody speeding. A good old speed trap is probably the best way to do it, but I'm not running to the back. So, the noise, motorcycles this summer was horrendous. And I bought a speed gun, so I know how fast they go, within 2 or 3 miles an hour. And it's not uncommon to see them do 50, 55 miles an hour up over the hill by my house, coming the other way. And I've talked to some of my neighbors on this end of Parade Road, on the other end of Parade Road, up Parade Hill Road, and they all say the same thing: noise and speed. Road maintenance is a whole different issue. So it's not on the police department's shoulders, but it's also on the town's shoulders. Now I know down by the bridge, where all that Japanese food is going, it's encroaching on the road quite a ways. You can't even see the horse caution sign that's there. Probably if you drive by there, nobody knows it's there. It's still there, I see it. and somebody has cut some of the weeds, brush at the pole that's right there, so they can get to that pole, climb up it, work on the telephone wires, but some of it's been cut. And there is a way to control that brush, but it's going to take a regular maintenance routine, which means cutting it, covering it, cutting it, covering it. And if you can't get into where it all is on Mike's property, then that's what you're going to have to do. But you can't ignore it. There's people, every time I come down that road, I had it happen to me tonight. I can't get around that bridge without somebody being in the middle of the road. So I have to stop, which is fine, because that's a bad bridge. They don't design it like that. When I come up over the hill by the cemetery, right in the middle of the road, the guy jerks off to the right, heads for the cemetery. So I have some suggestions. One is reduce the speed limit on Parade Road and maybe some of the others. And I brought copies of statute numbers. You can have this. This is something the town of Hopkinton did. And the statutes are in there that they can regulate the speed on any of the town roads to any speed that they desire.
What's the speed limit?
30. And one of the other things is the speed limit sign, even though it might be in the TCD regulations, on either end of the road, it's probably not big enough because they're driving too fast and they can't see it. The other thing I think they need to do is put center lines down the middle of the road. And it helps. I talked to the road agent in Epsom, and he says it's the best thing they ever do. Put center lines down the middle of the road. It tells people where they need to be. And they're not gawking, they've got something to guide them. And you don't need fog lines, so all you need is a well-defined ditch. So, over by Jeff Young's on his side, he mows, or his son does, he mows, he cuts all the grass around that bridge railing and everything else. On the other side, you're lucky if you can see it. You can't even see the edge of the pavement. When the road was rebuilt from my house out to the grade, out to 28, it was narrowed by 2 feet. I don't know if anybody knows that, but they paved it 2 feet narrower than what it originally was. And Chris did that to save money. So it gives the travelers less space to drive. It was, in hindsight, it was a mistake, just to save a few dollars. And that section road never got a top to it. It's just base. So, the noise, I know who some of the people are only by sight. I know where one of them lives. But to know that they've got to do something. And these rolling speed traps, and when they drive down the road, I never see it for another 3 weeks, isn't enough. They have to be there on a regular basis so people understand that this is an issue. Somebody's going to get hurt. There used to be all kinds of people who walk up and down that road. Can't do it. Wintertime's coming, so the noise isn't going to be an issue, but I put new windows in front of my house, I can't even open them. Still. It's too noisy. We can't talk. It never used to be that.
The knotweed, Mark, is that in the town's area for cut, or is that on somebody's land?
Well, it depends on what the right of way is defined as, but you have the right to maintain what's encroaching on the road.
Okay.
And it's encroaching.
Years ago, Jim Doucette set up a nice plan for the knotweed, and that has lost, so many changes in that department, so take a try to see if we can find it.
It can be killed, but like Karen told me, Mike has a well there by the mine, so you can't use chemicals, but you can kill it. We had some down at my shop, and they just kept mowing.
Mm-hmm.
And mowing it, and it finally died. But we got it before it's to the point where it's a forest.
Yeah.
I can't even think we could walk into it. It's so bad. But I think Jim had cut that down, planted some plants there or something.
Yeah, what he did, and he did some kind of plastic cover so it couldn't come back up.
Right.
But you had to do that every 2 or 3 years.
Well, that's why I talked to some other people and read that you cut it all down, you lay it down, and you cover it with a heavy tarp. not
Yeah.
plastic, but like a canvas tarp that it can't grow through. But you have to maintain it and monitor it. You have to go back there. You see one sticking up.
Yeah.
You cut it off and patch the hole or whatever it's done. And that's the only way you can kill it, or at least keep it back. But it's in the road. So it's just one of those things. I'm just tired.
Mhm.
And I'm sure everybody else up and down 28, old 28, Braid Hill Road, Beauty Hill Road. We need to do something. I think it's probably too late when you need a new center line, but something we should probably think about putting in the budget. But this brush stuff, cutting once a year is okay. It's not really grow so fast. You can't wait. Keep doing.
So, as fate would have it, our highway manager's here. So, Jarvis, can you look into? You made notes of what
Yes,
Mark
I
had.
So
So,
you're at 374 Parade Road.
Yep.
And the knotweed location is in that vicinity.
Yes.
More towards
If you're coming from 28 down onto the bridge and back up into the parade, it's on the right hand side. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Just look for the horse sign. It's go. This is small.
I will take a look at it tomorrow, but I will on Thursday.
okay.
But
And then, can you look at center lines and is it feasible and what's it cost and
that's what I had in my notes. that
Great.
I was gonna look into. That's-
okay.
It works. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the towns that I travel around have them. It's just, and even can't put them on dirt roads, but even
Good
on
try.
narrow roads, they have lines.
Yeah.
Because it's a safety.
Mhm.
The other thing that road agent Epsom says works pretty good, but it's not legal, is yellow background speed limit sign.
Oh, okay.
But NUTCD says they're going to be white. Reflectorized, well, they should be reflectorized, but it's not required.
Jarvis, of course, asking all the questions. Do you have a source for the speed limit signs? Larger ones, maybe ones that have the radar?
Yeah, they're a little more pricey.
Can you get the board a price and
Yes.
then we can look at whether
certain locations.
we're gonna
They're all
angle it
shorter.
for Mark's front windows, but see if we can.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
I was not gonna
I
complain.
had several, and Gary remembers this. I had my own sign up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a changeable message sign,
Yeah.
and it worked wonders. Everybody slowed down. I got accused of being a police officer.
Worse things you've been accused of, I'm sure.
I had stuff thrown on my lawn and so forth, but I said, no, it works.
We can even do a record sign, a mobile sign.
Yeah.
We can put it around town so people understand it.
Yeah, if you get us some options, that would be
Yeah.
great. And is most of the speed mark coming from 28 past your house as opposed to coming both ways?
It's both ways.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is, when they go by my house, and they do it at Jim's house, where Johnny Moore used to live.
Yeah.
They do it there too. They'll drop a gear, they'll rev it right up, because it echoes between my house and the ledge.
They do it on the mine too.
So they do
Right
it.
off
They
at
do it
420.
And the thing that gets me, and this falls on the police department, there are standards for noise.
Most of them are running modified exhaust.
And they're all right. And
Custom to
if
exhaust.
you get a decibel meter, if they stop and they think it's too loud, give them a ticket. I don't care. I don't want them to cost money, but I don't want you to get hurt either. And I know this happens all over town.
I mean, the speed is all over town. It's
All right.
Franklin Corner, Teacham, Barney, like.
But I talked to the police department 3-4 years ago, and it fell on deaf ears. And I think that whole thing needs to be okay.
Okay. All right.
Just like last week when I brought up the gentleman that was at the planning board about Narrows Road and the speed limit, so something to look at.
There's only one speed limit sign going onto Parade from 126, and then there's another one down the other end, coming out by Boston. So I think there's only two.
Somebody put a no-through trucking sign on.
Town did. We did.
You did.
Yep.
It's not big enough.
No, it's not, but it's
But there's none on the other end.
Yeah.
There's none on this end.
So it was for Province Road, I think was the one that we added it to. Was there somewhere else that? And it was for the Google Maps sends them up Province Road and across the unmaintained road.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than me watching an 18-wheeler come up my end of the unmaintained
I
road.
can imagine.
But then they turn and go down Gray Road and take down the power lines as well. So, yeah, but they are too small. You are correct. That's what they ordered at the time. You could put that on your list, Dave.
They're gonna be moving forward and expanding size.
You know what's going to happen? Somebody will be in. That sign is huge.
Too bad.
That's right.
No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be the roadside mower. We're going to get it.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention is
Yeah, Mark.
that the last couple of years I've noticed, and I know it's because of a lot of the ice and rain that we've had, they've used a lot of salt. You go to the stop sign up there, there's a pile at the middle of the road. So I don't know if the salt bin is still working in the trucks, but they used, Jim Doucette had that set up once, where they were all monitoring the speed and how much you could put out and so forth. They need to get calibrated. Yeah, they use a lot of salt. I don't know what the bills look like, but
I mean,
it's horrible. I just
the biggest problem isn't the calibration; it's the driver.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't control what the driver's doing, and I can just talk about that from experience.
Yeah. Well,
You can calibrate them all you want, and when the driver's driving down, or he just reaches down and turns the knob, like you can't. It's just, and you can tell them as many times as you want. So, but you're right. And I've had a resident that told me that the salt has hit their garage door
yeah,
before
my house
because the spinner was on. Like,
it's been on my house.
Yeah. So we basically will have an almost entirely new highway crew this winter. So Jarvis, you get to give them all good habits, right?
So we're gonna try. This is his second week.
It's, I know it's all on your shoulders.
It's
Like
his second week. So, but he's jumping right in.
he's so glad he came tonight.
Well, I'm glad I'm first in line.
There you go. That's it. All right.
Wow.
Good, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mark.
All right. So before we go to them, we had the paving invoice. Where were we on paving invoice, Andy? I know you were looking at it against all your notes.
Yeah, I looked at that. I just want to know where to pull money from.
Is that are you ready for that conversation yet, Karen?
Oh, absolutely, and
Okay.
I actually, asked that, extra thousand,
No,
oh,
well,
no, this is paid.
that's
Good.
that's Parks and Rec.
Yeah, the only thing I wanna add is we did have $150,000 that we encumbered,
Okay.
For paving, we should use that first.
Okay. So if we pull the 150 from what's encumbered, and then out of the capital reserve funds would be next.
No, I wouldn't do that. So I was saying, yes, we can encumber money out of the operating budget. But my thought is just pull $100,000 out of the operating budget. We're still on the plus side, operating wise. If we don't use the $100,000, yes, we can encumber it. However, we're already $53,000 over budget on engineering services. You're going to be over budget on winter sand. You're going to be over budget on salt.
Which is why we should take it out of the capital reserve. I wouldn't take it out of the operating budget.
Yeah, but I mean,
So when we go to,
I'm not that worried about it because we're still on the plus side.
but if we take it out of the operating budget and then we need it before the next 3 months, we can't take it out of capital reserve fund at that point in time.
Right.
So
This is the only time we could pull it from the capital reserve.
And if you don't spend it, it's going to be a budget committee going, why didn't you spend the money? Because they're already going to have for like knotweed there, basic plant removal. We haven't spent any out of that, and there's a lot of other lines on highway that we have overspent. So if you don't spend the line, you know how that competition's going to go. So,
I'm not sure I'm following it.
but
Yeah, I understand what you're saying,
if you don't show that
use what's in the budget and he wants us to use the budget, so the budget committee will cut us further.
I mean, you look at
And then we don't have it next year.
the total operating
Yeah.
expenses, we're at 34%.
Okay.
So if you think about it, that's 9% higher than what really you should be at right about now. Right now, it's only should be like 25%. So 9% is not a lot of money. So
Well, the balance is 266,000, right? From the invoice. The invoice is 400 something.
Oh, after you do the 150.
Right,
Number?
and you only
Yeah.
have 200 you paid from towering line, but you're gonna have to take the other 66,000 out of that capital
No.
reserve anyway, so.
No, you only pull 100,000 out of the operating budget.
Okay,
You only pull 100,000 out of the operating budget.
that's,
And I only say that because you leave the other 100,000 there with the over expenditures.
okay.
So that, and then the rest of it's just road paving and maintenance. Because there is two different ones that we had. So and all this, we're trying to plan for projects next year too, as well. So,
Yeah, right, it's separate.
but
One is for paving.
if something does happen from now till the end of the year, though, it's just yeah. But yeah, so you're gonna be over budget, but you don't want to leave too much money left in the operating budget too at the end of the year.
Because we still run into the same, so last year at town meeting, someone got up when we were adding to the capital reserve because we had not spent the previous year's capital reserve.
Correct.
So if we go another year without spending the capital reserve, we will have, so either way, we're gonna have are you asking for it again? And we know that we need more.
But I mean, capital reserve can be easy because you can sit there and you can tell them that yes, we're trying to plan for Dam Site Road and whatever else. They're trying to plan for projects for paving next year. So we are trying to plan that. So right now there is no definitive plan as to what's going to be paid, but we are trying to work on getting Dam Site Road done. And my fear, like I've said over and over again, is that we don't have enough money for that project because of that figure was back in like 2019.
So if we take 100,000 out of operating budget, which leaves 100,000 effectively in the operating budget, how much are you taking out of the capital reserve, Karen?
So it would be 166,000.
And how much is in capital reserve right now?
704,000.
Okay. Yeah. And if we get to the end of the year, we can always encumber the remaining 100,000 for paving.
Absolutely.
To hold that.
There might be a couple projects that might be discussed tonight.
Correct.
Right.
Some paving as well. That's really where I was.
Yeah.
Hold
So
on.
you might want to wait until after you talk with.
Well, we still do have the separate road construction capital reserve too. That's got $205,647. So if you have both those capital reserves, you still got $738,486 in there. So we've still got money to do whatever Jarvis is going to potentially fit for an idea.
Oh. And we're still talking about Parade Hill being $1.5 million.
Correct.
It's a $2 million job, so.
But
All right.
I think Jarvis may pitch for an idea. If it's Parade Hill or Hartwell Mill, I also have it in my head that, and it's a what if. You can't answer the what. What if that project doesn't happen on 2027? So, which is something that would work. But everybody has to be under the understanding that it's a 1 to 3 year plan. Like this is permanent. This is just just to get by. Specifically, town residents to be able to make the road passable, easier to plow in the wintertime. Our own town vehicles driving up and down it.
Which is the change to Hartshorn doing now before the end of the year.
Potentially, yeah. So it all is what the board wants to do. So,
Karen, when's that invoice due for?
Typically 30 days.
So we can discuss with Jarvis and Steve where they are before we make a decision on where the money comes from, and then we can do that next.
October 12th.
Okay. So we can then next week, once we have their input, make the decision on where we pull from. What we're doing. And then we had storage trailers. We had another price on storage trailers. Were you doing that? Okay. So then we'll wait until you come up. Jarvis, discuss that, because what we'll do is, because I think part of your conversation is public, and then there's a piece that's going to go into non-public. I think we talked about personnel. We try to do non-public at the very end, and that way we just throw everybody out and go to that. So, anybody have anything else? If not, we'll open up some public input.
Old business though.
Yep.
Rusty signs, fire,
Yes.
warning signs there. I mean, and I do think there is money in the operating budget to do these. Rusty did say that he'd rather the two-sided sign. So my thought is just, if we make the motion to get it coming now, we can figure out location after the fact as long as we have it.
Mhm.
But
Rusty, what's the lead time on those?
Well, I didn't know what year we're running.
so
Well, I didn't get to that.
I'm assuming at this point in time, by the time they get here,
I think it's no longer, I think 4 weeks anyhow.
okay.
no months over, so not that big.
Well, maybe an install next year.
Yep.
And
Are we agreeing on the double-sided? I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I think it's going to be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Is just location.
And Smokey's gonna be on it, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
You can't buy that sign without smoking the bear.
I know.
Certain things that'd be un-American. That's all.
Yes, it is.
Have to have Smokey the Bear. All right. So,
You wanna make the motion?
That price is accurate.
it's what I downloaded last week.
do you want to give them a not to exceed? Because there'll be potentially freight, or did that include freight? Okay.
That was included shipping.
Okay.
So, I'll make a motion that we let the fire warden order the Smokey the Bear two-sided sign in the amount of $3,649.23.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Andy, you didn't vote.
I did too.
Oh, I didn't hear
I
you.
said aye.
Oh, okay, just making sure. It's like your own motion. I didn't hear you say. I didn't hear you vote on it.
You turn into Gary.
I am. Well, I'm really sore from. I had to change some old guy's tire today. It was brutal. He didn't have a lug wrench. He didn't have a jack.
I came back with a
It
lug
was
wrench.
unbelievable.
Come back with
I was like 3/4 of the way done by the time he showed up.
Told him last week it was gonna blow.
I don't know. I think he's
It's all
waiting.
said, it's all done, everybody
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah, I think he wanted to use those belts for a snow tire. That's why they were showing. All right. Anything else? All right, and then in that case, at 6:41, open up for public input. Yes, sir. No, behind you, Rusty.
No, I'm straight up.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from anybody but Rusty.
I know Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't recognize any of your names here. I was here 4 years ago when Tasker was the chairman.
Ed, yeah.
And I see there's a letter in one of the pictures in the back hall.
That was his father. Yep.
And I was a friend of Elmer D.
Okay.
Tasker.
Oh, okay.
He says his business is going in the
He
hole.
told, yeah. He's Northwood.
And I was reminded, well, first of all, Joe Haas, H-A-A-S, of
Okay.
Gilmanton.
Yep.
And I was here 4 years ago when Andrew Walensky was running for governor, and he had 80 information sessions throughout the whole state with John Tobin, another attorney, trying to avoid attorneys. But he had an issue dealing with the school tax. The Condell case was decided July 1st of this year, and I didn't read it right off. I read it like a month later. And on page 28 of 48, it says the state is solely responsible for the operating expenses of the local schools. So I asked, not Lindsay Stepp, the DRA Department of Revenue Administrator, but I asked her director, Samuel T. Green. I presume you remember he took over from Stephen W. Hamilton. He's the one that actually sets the tax rate down to all the towns. So my mission now is of going around to the towns that I visited last time and asking if there's one town that perhaps once you get the tax rate, if it's anything other than zero, you have the opportunity to contest it within 10 days. And that's under RSA 21J 35. And being in Gilmanton, I did ask the selectmen up there if they would do that. And they said, we'll look into it. And then I went over to, let me back up. I went to Alton first, and then Webster, and then I actually went over to Claremont. The Claremont case is the one that started this, but they said because even though I'm a citizen, I'm not a resident, so I couldn't talk.
But I said 21J35, 21J35. So anybody reading it would know what I'm talking about. And
So where do you live?
Gilmanton.
Okay, just making sure.
yeah, and I used to live in Lincoln. Our family is flatland is from Massachusetts, unfortunately. not born here. Not what do you call it? Native. Yeah. But it says 69. I used to work for Sherman Adams up at Blue Northern as a teenager. But I just I went to those towns, and I also went to, like I said, Gilmanton and Loudon. I still got to go on the video. I talked there too, and they were interested in that because right before my talk was the woman tax collector, and there was somebody struggling, and even the chairman said, well, a lot of people are struggling to pay their taxes. And I said, well, you can do something about it. You can get the contestant, and then what's going to happen is then, if there's no tax rate, so many dollars per thousand, the money has to come from somewhere, and it's going to be the state. It's going to be, last year the House passed a bill upping it from 4,000 past 7,000 to 10,000. And when I say 4, that's what the state contributes now. And the judge said it has to be at least 7, and the House said 10,000 per pupil per year. And it went over to the Senate. That's where it died. Judge Bradley was the Senate president at the time, and he didn't want it going through, which was unfortunate. But I just thought I'd mention, you do have the opportunity to set precedent. Maybe this could be the town to do it, and say, yeah, we're going to contest it. But hopefully it isn't. Hopefully Lindsay Stepp, by the end of next month is the deadline. Then the tax collector gets it, sends out the bills in November. People pay in December, and the average, according to what Andrew said over at Claremont back in May, he had a book signing over there. He said the average is 70% of your tax bill goes to the local school. And in Boston, I have a place over there too. That's just a cabin out in the woods. It's 60% over there. I don't know what your percentage is.
It's about 70.
About 70, yeah. And like I said, the money has to come from someone. And my, everybody's saying, well, what you're doing is you're promoting a sales or income tax. And I said, no, if everybody's property tax comes down, then the business profits tax, you approach or equal what they're paying now in local tax to that tax, and it's more evenly distributed. Once the state gets it, there'll be no rich town, poor town. It'll be like Claremont. I don't know if you've seen the newspapers. They had to shut one of the schools down because somebody embezzled $4 million.
Since you're saying this in a public meeting, nobody embezzled money in Claremont. Claremont returned money back to the taxpayers that they did not have to return back. So Claremont is $1.5 million shy. They returned $1.5 million to the taxpayers. So it's really clear that if you're in our meeting, facts. And nobody embezzled in Claremont. Nobody embezzled in Pittsfield. So it's really important that.
Okay, I'm just relaying what I was told by some gossip guy on Facebook.
Yeah. I'll just let you know that nobody embezzled in Claremont.
Well, he's
Don't forget the 5 minutes rule.
Yeah.
We need to get to business.
So, all right, we appreciate you sharing this. And school tax is an ongoing issue.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, thank
All
you
right,
very much.
but thank you.
Thank you.
George Krause, 455 New Road. Maybe no one knows.
Chief.
Chief, anyway, whatever you want to call me. I already had dinner, so I keep calling late to dinner.
That's right.
First, right off the top, start on my priority list is to thank the town people. They've been doing a really good job of not burning. We've had a few interactions, but not too many. But through all this, and I'm sorry that Lieutenant is gone, because over the weekend we had another fireworks event. All right, we had one a week ago, we had another one this week. As much as I have expressed I'm not a big guy for more rules and regulations, I'm pretty sure if the lieutenant was here, she'd say, my hands are tied. All right, and I'm not speaking for her, but I'm pretty sure that's what she would say. And of course, with the first firework, my hands are tied as well. And fire very soon, it's not gonna, and it's in the woods, then we gotta deal with it, but, cause and origin is, something out of control. I just think, but with all the good work people have been doing, I don't see end in sight. Everybody would like to see it, but the governor is following, what the weather's doing, and unfortunately, although we got some rain, and it was substantial in a lot of aspects, it didn't help the problem totally. We're still in that process. The next thing is, one near and dear to my heart.
Grading.
Roads.
Jarvis, get your notepad out.
And,
All right.
and the issue is, several weeks we were talking about ditching and grading. And now it's not even on the agenda. And
Hang on. We're going to get to the conversation with them. There it is.
well, it may be there, but not on the agenda. It may be on your agenda. So we'll keep the squirrel notes.
Right here. These guys.
Yeah.
But yes, they have it on their list, and we'll talk about that when they get up here,
Yeah.
Rusty.
I don't know what, it sounded like we had a hold up because we lost the tank truck so that we couldn't spray. All right. And I hope we got the tank that was being provided to them in place and ready to work. Hopefully that's the case.
It just got delivered today.
All right. That's great.
I got
Because-
the guy from Weld coming Friday to weld the ears.
Yeah. Those are all good comments.
And
And,
we're hoping by the first of next week we can start grading.
And I realize that it's a process.
Yep.
And the problem I've got is that the clock's ticking.
Yep.
And having lived my whole life on the same road within a half mile of where I am now, I've lived dirt roads for all my life, and I understand what's good and what's bad, and I was out going up Cold Bath Hill, and I gotta tell you, I was in my dually. Dualies, that don't have a lot of weight in the back when you got nothing in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the washboard on that road, I didn't think I was going to stop it. It was that bad, washboard. And I said, well, we can't get out here. We gotta stop putting material on, compact, and stay bound together, or we gotta force it. Also,
That's all right.
no,
It's perfect because he's here to.
Well, I knew that, and I didn't mean this is not pick my target when I know I've been a target to shoot at.
No, because you do it every week. So, and he hasn't been here, right? You are
He
consistent.
wants to hear it. He
Yeah.
wants to improve things. He wants to hear it.
We have had problems. I respect all of that.
Yep.
And I'm hoping we're moving in the right direction. And I'm not trying to direct them like sound that way. One grader won't make it, especially with the window you got right now. And your drivers that are doing the raking and rolling and the spraying, they need to be doing 8 hours of work, not drive down and watch the grader work for 3 hours, and then they get in their other vehicle and do their hour worth of work. So management is very critical of the personnel. And if you pull in just a thought, if you're gonna pull the rock rake with mower tractor, well, if that's how it's been, and I'm not trying when that tractor is just sitting there with nothing to do, there's roads to mow, right where they are. So try to use some planning as well as the personnel to the best advantage of the town.
And
Mowers down at this moment. That's why it's not.
but we can
utilized.
tow it behind the highway manager's truck, the rake. And did Matt start? When does he start? Monday. So, and he has another guy starting Monday, Rusty.
That's all exciting news. Trust
Yeah. It's been a long time coming. Yes, Mark. Sure.
I went up that hill to Rusty's house.
Yep.
A few weeks ago with my truck, my little truck, 1 ton, trailer and a machine on it. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive. I made it wide for it to get up.
To get up because it was bumpy.
I mean, that's the quality of the material.
Yeah.
The other road,
Cold Bath.
Cold Bath Road.
We're gonna pay that next
The other one,
Are we going to put this in?
year. We
Is
don't
that
know.
what we're going to do? Pave it?
the other one.
We got some paving money left.
My sister lives on Pioneer Road.
Yeah.
You get down Thornbury Road from Nelson's Corner, down to the bridge, and then after that, it's a different road.
Okay.
And brush hasn't been cut, trees haven't been put back, the road hasn't been repaired since the last washout. Kind of amazing. Then we get to traffic town line, it's a super highway.
Depends on what road you're on. I've heard you go out this road and Barnstead's great. You get to whatever the next town is, and it sucks when you get there. So it just depends.
New Durham's in good.
Yeah, just depends.
Experience Claxton, all in Durham, and most of it, I think New Durham Cotton does all the grading for me, all the heading, all.
Yep.
And I gotta tell you, didn't start out well, with potholes, and then it went to Washington, and then it went to this
So was ours better? Rusty, I just want to hear.
potholes.
Was ours better?
No.
Come on, you just said they were worse. Give Jarvis something.
I'd like to know who told people Jarvis was coming tonight.
Exactly.
I
Karen.
didn't see it on the agenda.
Karen was calling people up. Can you come to this meeting? We're gonna see how he does. You good? You good? All right. Yeah. Anybody else for public input?
No, we North Barnstead Road too.
You can't jump onto somebody else's topic, Ethel. That's it.
I'll
What? Yeah. Knotweed's a pain. And then if they go and hit it with the roadside mower, everybody's got knotweed. We had to have it removed 2 years ago.
You can't cut it with a mower, you have to hand cut it with a
Yep. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
we had somebody come in and take care of it for us. It was fun. All right.
Mr. Chairman, could you just make this announcement?
No. Do I want to make the announcement?
Yes, so Ian Sweat has stepped down as library trustee, and we were asked to have an appointment for Suzanne Allison to
Okay.
be a member.
Yep.
And you did sign the appointment tonight, it was not on the agenda, and Daniel asked that
Okay.
it be announced.
All right. In that case, at 6:56, we'll close public input. And then, sorry, I had some exciting news that we were trying to catch a rat in the dining hall, and apparently he got in the worm tank and is now trapped in there. So. He's going to eat the worms in the worm farm, but at least we have captured the rat, apparently. So. There you go. So, all right. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to have Steve and Jarvis come up. There are some of that when we get to personnel. That's when we'll go into a non-public. But I think for a while we can talk to the public. I think it's important you guys know what's going on at Town Highway Department. So Steve has been our consultant from MRI for our highway department. Jarvis is our highway manager. And they've kind of been working together the last week or so. So Jarvis, just so you're aware, if we get into anything with personnel, that's when we have to stop and throw everybody out.
Perfect.
Everything else is fair game. And so you guys have your recommendations. I think we have on the list storage trailers and winter sand proposals as well. So wherever you guys want to start.
So I have a few quotes. If you guys want to look those over for containers. I was able to get a few more that I didn't get printed off. Just because they don't have the access to the printer. They came in after 3 o'clock, which I can get to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Did we just talk about Parks and Rec before? That invoice?
I think the invoice is just.
It was $1,000 request on the general fund.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of it so real quick.
Well,
Because I wrote
the
it down.
payment came in underneath, under what it was, right?
No, it wasn't over because they wanted $1,000 out of the general fund.
Yeah, so when we close the
Sorry.
account,
Okay.
so at town meeting, we voted to close the account, open a new account with $57,842. When we closed the account, it was like $59,000 that we closed it with. So that extra money is sitting in general fund. Now that the Parks and Rec invoice is just $1,000 more, The board had already approved to do the walkway to pave it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But, so I'm just wondering if we can use the $1,000 out of general fund to pay for the extra on that invoice, and the rest, the $57,842, which is what we opened the account with,
Yeah.
will come out of the account.
Okay. But it was already allotted to go to this project, right?
To go right
Yeah, so it
after.
was already voted by the board last year when we did it to go to it. We stayed within that number?
It's $1,000 over the.
It's $1,000
It's
over.
$1,000 over that, but I only
Okay.
$1,000 from the general fund.
Got it.
Which really came from the Parks. and
It came from the
Rec
Parks account.
So we need a motion to do that.
I would definitely please.
We'll make a motion to take the $1,000 from the general fund that came from the Parks and Rec fund to go back to pay for the Parks and Rec paving.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Just making sure it's clear because that was a topic of heated
Yeah.
discussion. So sent the same money back to them. All right. All good for, now we're back to you.
Yeah, so I'll get you guys the ones that came in. So we'll have a few more quotes.
Okay.
We can judge it that way.
All right.
It varies depending if we end up going with a 4-door. If we do end up going with a 4-door, it's only going to be one. We'll just do a single rear entry door on the opposite one.
Okay.
Like Steve's idea was the 4 side doors would be utilized as individual like storage spaces for each, like say a sign room or tire room or something along those lines. We keep tools one place, so it stays organized. Because right now it's a little bit of chaos. It's old storage trailers, to say the least. You know, the sign racks and
They were really nice when I went up there. Those were sweet.
the lighting's great.
Yeah, exactly.
The light is wonderful.
You can say it's a black hole.
Sure.
All right. So next week, at next week's meeting, we take a look at all the.
Yeah, I'll make sure we have everything that we need
Great.
for next week. But what I got there is it gives you an idea of what we're looking at.
Okay. And the ones I saw seem to be in line with what we were looking at when we did this.
Well, these ones are about 5,000.
I think there was 35. And,
Yeah, one of them, like a 40-footer, with a rear entry would be the 35.
35.
4-foot doors. You can't buy those.
Yeah.
Can't buy them.
Oh, that's the difference in 4-foot doors?
Yeah.
And you think we'll be all right with just the 2 at the end and then the single at the other end?
There's 4 doors. There's literally 4 doors on that 40
On the
feet.
side of it.
They are, I believe they're 8-footers that open up double doors. There's 4 double doors. They're big. You can literally drive a small vehicle. Whether you've got lawnmowers or whatever, you can easily pull machinery that is small.
so you'd have one that's got 4 doors and one that's got 1 door.
One rear.
Because we want to eventually top it. And,
Location to put them?
So what we're looking at is, you know where the well is?
Yep.
And where they stacked all the old trucks?
Yep.
Right in that vicinity, plain glass.
So with that, we'd have to have a electrician run power.
Run
If you
off-
wanted
Yeah, we could run off the building.
just to plan ahead.
Underground?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hardwired,
Yeah,
string lights.
come on, extension cord, soil. Like,
Yeah, well, I've been to do it, make sure it's proper depth.
I mean, is your plan to use these for storing equipment or like right now, I know you're storing signs in there, you got tires stored in there, you have miscellaneous parts or larger parts in there, you have.
The idea is to dedicate space within, especially the 4-door one, for specific items. Like we've got signs and barricades and drums and things sitting outside. Getting them all segregated so you know what you've got. Because right now you've got these two black holes. that-
Well, you got a lot of garbage in there, is what I'm saying. And,
and, this
you know,
week-
there's a lot of garbage in there. I've walked down both of them.
Take her right up.
Yeah.
He's been cleaning it
Well,
up.
that's what I'm wondering. Do we need two 40-footers with the extra
Well, I think
wide?
the two 40-footers gives us the ability to put the roof over it and create that.
That's the main
additional
goal
space.
is to put that canopy roof over it, so the grader, the tire excavator, the roller,
You know,
backhoe
everyone that
is
needs
going to be able to park under there, especially in inclement weather during the winter.
Mhm.
It's not sitting outside. That's the biggest issue with the amount of money that we've just tied up in these. No place to store it. At least with this, you got 40 feet by 40 feet. We will be able to get most of it under cover.
Yeah, with all that outside of the backhoe, half the backhoe, everything else is staying inside, including the chipper.
Yeah.
The backhoe, they usually just where the sanders are, they try to pull it in as much as they can, but still got the rear of it sticking out. So
It'd be nice to take our $1 million worth of equipment and put it undercover.
That was the main goal of this.
All right, so you'll have numbers,
Yes.
clear numbers first.
I mean, in the side doors, it makes things to get in and out real easy instead of trying to walk down the whole trailer with a loader tire or a backhoe tire or even a truck tire and roll them out. It's just so. But if they do have things that are on a pallet, they can load it with a pallet. You know?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's easier accessibility.
Yeah.
And safety.
The plan would be to put these two units on the concrete pad, individual pads for those two, and keep it dirt between them. That way they'll sit in the ground. I will have a price for that for next week.
All right, and winter sand? What was your choice? I think we were leaving it to you.
Angelini's.
Angelini's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you read his recommendation?
I think it's, no. Yes, I did.
Do we have a proposal we gotta sign from them, Karen? Do we have a proposal from them that we need to sign from Angelini?
Just the quote.
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't send us over one to accept the,
And everything is to be delivered just to make sure. So make it way easier not to tie our guys up.
And I will have to get an actual what we need for stuff. We said about 2,000. I did get a price, couple prices.
So yeah. I know that's why I said we're gonna be overspent with this and salt. Like, yeah.
I'll get the final numbers.
Already left over from last year.
Not a lot, but there's some.
I don't remember what.
Yes. Next step.
Okay.
So a few more places to call and come back.
Maybe cut back on sand and kind of just do a cut back sand, let it sand and whatever something.
Yep.
So
Just a large charge.
just like that, yeah. So just so you know, that sand pile used to be up by the road. So over the years, it has gone back to where the road going back is. So there's been some rough winters and even some winters where we've managed to bring it back out, but just so you know.
so in that case, we need a motion for accept Angelini's bid at winter sand. So I'll make the motion that we accept Angelini's at $14 per yard delivered to the highway department. Looks like we're taking it 18 yards at a time.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. All right, what do you got next for us, Trevor?
So we paid.
What winter salt. Did you call on that?
No.
I was just saying, check with Karen on quantity wise, just so you know what needs to be ordered. It's all contract.
Yes, because it's already signed off.
Okay.
We have to spend 40% of that this year.
Yep. So he was trying to plan to move the old stuff out so the new stuff is in there.
We've started moving it.
Okay.
That'll bring the old stuff forward, put the new stuff back, so we can let that stuff first.
Yeah.
It's not crunching 2 years down the road. So you said 900?
900 ton on the contract, and it's 40% of that.
For the end of December.
So.
Right, I sent it up to Ryan, but I'll make sure you have a copy as well.
Okay. I can mind it back with that. The spray did come in today. The calcium. They delivered it this morning. So we do have Mike. He is coming.
Mikey Hogan.
Yeah, the welder. He's coming Friday to get the gears welded on it, so we can get it placed in the truck, get it operational. So, like I said, we're hoping by Monday we'll be able to start the process. I am going to reach out to Rocky,
yep.
and get him to see what his schedule is like in the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
Is your preference going to be just ditching or just grading?
If we can, with the new guy starting, if we can separate, and if I got help, so we can try to tackle everything, it's going to be both. It'll be the five guys plus myself, and if I can get Rocky on board, that'll give us 6 guys.
So there's, just so you know, like with him, if we want to do a road with gravel, he doesn't care if the triaxle dumps right in front of him. He'll move the material where he wants. So he doesn't have to like sprint dump it. He'll just
Yep.
But if a road you want to put gravel on, like he won't be afraid to do that at all.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Appreciate that. And I believe they're looking at calcium as well Friday. So the tanks should be pretty well topped off by Friday. So we'll be able to keep moving forward. Move on to the next thing is paving. Some of what we got left. What I would like to do, or put towards you is Parade Hill. Took some measurements today. What I'd like to do is at least put a layer over it to get us by until we can the design and everything when we actually know what we're going to do with that road. Because right now, us trying to follow it this winter it's not going to be feasible.
You're gonna have a real tough time with Sean too.
With what?
Sean.
So
Which intersects right there. So Parade Hill. Yeah.
By the ramp, that was as bad or not worse than Parade Hill.
The hill's not as steep on that road as Parade Hill.
No, but it's gradually is. It's actually higher probably.
It's definitely a lot longer.
Yeah.
Condition wise of Parade Hill is worse in a lot more areas. At least with Hatchon, it's held together a little better.
So I guess what I'm getting at is you probably ought to take a look at Hatchon.
Yep.
I mean, if you can patch here and there or whatever to help you out, maybe you might want to. I don't know, but I do know it's bad.
Yep.
So roughly, real quick, what's your measurement for Parade Hill?
For Parade Hill is 2850. With an average width was, I based it at 21 feet. Those narrows was 19, the widest was 24. 4.
Yeah.
At an inch and a half, depending, the thickness. For the right, ditch side, we're looking at about 560 tons. Yeah, I mean, you could probably tighten it up a little bit on the center line, so you could probably save a little bit.
How much tonnage is that?
560.
How thick? Oh.
But like I said, I mean, you could cut that back a little bit by dropping the center line down and keeping it out on the outside edge.
Yeah.
But an inch and a half overall across, you're at 560. So dropping in the center, you probably shave 100 off. So I mean, we could take that and take it to the next road and do some spot shimming while we're right there. Take some areas that are compatible.
I'll leave it to you. I'm just saying you should
I
take a look at it.
Well, no, we drove it. It is on my list that it definitely needs to be paid. It is on a list that I've got working that we need to pay.
I know it's a big project. I hate to even waste some money doing this, but by the time we get the money to do it right and reclaim everything, and it's going to be a year.
But you're adding pavement to this, so when we grind it,
That's what you look at it, yeah.
you're not going to add asphalt into that grinding, into the dirt.
So we're not wasting the money. We're gonna.
You'll get basic grind, good asphalt.
So you might not have to like mix in stone
Right.
So you might save money on the other end.
So it's not going anywhere. We're not throwing the money away.
No,
Okay.
no, it's going to be a lot of time.
Well, we're throwing
It's going to
some.
make it a little easier, especially the issues we're having on that road.
Yep.
To the hill. We do have some ditching that we got to take care of.
And culvert.
There's a culvert that we're going to take care of, but to get us by for the next year or two, I think doing this is.
Yeah, or 3. We're probably looking at
But
more
I
like
think if
3.
we go that inch and a half road, keep it thicker on the outer edge, thinner in the middle. I think we'll get what we're looking to get.
Okay.
So,
So roughly, he's looking at 65 grand,
Which we have.
which we do. So
Yeah. All right.
So if we take an extra 100 tons, if we can shave off this, take it to the next road, take our bad spots, do some spot shimming,
I mean,
while we're right there.
and not for nothing, like all of this, what he's talking about too, technically, was in the paving RFP if something popped up in town.
Okay.
So,
So
like,
we wouldn't have to go. Are you thinking we don't have to go
we
back out
haven't
to bid? We can just call advance
Yeah,
since
because
we've already.
everything was in that. Like we haven't spent nearly what we approved for money either on that because we weren't sure what the parade fire station was going to be when that got put out, or if another road popped up that we wanted to do like drag shimming, spot shimming on. So there's technically money in that.
Okay.
So, and what everything was originally figured out when we pulled out the 1,000 ton of spot shimming, we kind of pulled that out just to see what was what. Their invoice came in under what was expected to. So, so there is money in that.
And we can, there's some areas of Prairie Hill that you're not going to use in each
Mm-hmm.
But it's just an average.
No, I understand. I understand.
But no, I saw the road. The road does need love.
It's going to be a combined project because
Oh yeah.
because of the way they come together, so to speak.
Let's at least put some shimming on that road
Yeah.
to get by. It definitely would help us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes a lot of people a little bit happier, especially going up those hills.
I mean, it's going to be easier in the winter time for you guys. So, yes, it's going to make it a little bit happier, but
it's going to be easier on our equipment.
I'd say you don't want the plows trying to plow it and then just going to keep peeling the pavement up, making it worse on you.
No, and that goes from basically with the he did at one point when they redid the bridge. So it goes from there all the way up over the hill and stops at the within the pavement. Start.
Right from the edge of
Yeah.
So right there. The other one would be Garland and 107 N, which is a small piece.
That's
So that it was 320 feet.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be about 320 feet.
We would just extend it just because another 30 feet beyond where the pavement stopped. That would put us just up the top of the hill. and that would keep a lot of the dirt wash. So they're around 320 feet. The total width was right around 16 feet wide. At the bottom, at 107, the flare was roughly 45 feet. And at an inch and a half, one shot, get a couple holes, I'm going to go patch first. I came roughly about 50 tons.
So yeah, like 2 tires roughly. Okay.
Yeah, it's, no, like I said, it could be a little bit less because when you get down the bottom, it gives you a ballpark. The road's still decent. I don't want to say decent shape, but it's still there. And I think with the amount of runoff that's coming off that hill, I think we're better off at least putting the coat over it, and we can get 10 years. Keep all the sand and gravel that's washing in that last 20 feet, washing down that hill and out into the road.
What were you thinking for mix, just out of curiosity wise?
I'd probably do it half.
Okay. Same price as 3 thinking of Bristol.
Yeah, and I think should get a little more bite to it.
Yeah, a little stronger. Yeah, pretty for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Every state's different what they call it. You know, you just call them 19, 20 millimeter, it's all theirs. So I think a half inch fine binder it'll hold up. The next one would be, so we're not paving the road, it's a gray road from basically where the swamp is up to number 188.
So from the bridge up the hill.
Yep.
Crooked Run bridge up the hill. Everybody knows.
On the left-hand side, it's a serious issue with constant washouts. It looks like they've tried to keep fixing it, and the issue keeps happening. Getting to a point now where it's starting to wash out the new pavement. And what I'm recommending is we put a swale in. I know it's a steep hill. We will have to put off a couple runoffs to kind of break the water, slow it down. But if we don't, because putting riprap on that hill, we're just going to keep getting washouts. It's just inevitable. It's just, you're not going to be able to stop it. So I think putting a paved swale, 4 feet wide, put a couple turnouts to slow the water down, ditch it off.
Is Gray Road, Garland Road and Gray Road there too? Is this something you want to do this year?
I'd like to.
I'm just trying to think of contract availability this time of year. Like, you may be able to get them to do Parade Hill and Hartshorn Road, maybe. But I'm trying to think of their availability. Like, that may be tough coming into October.
Since John lives on Gray Road,
he does, yeah.
He's probably gonna want to pave his road.
It's past his house. It's past his house, so.
And Karen, since the way we bid the paving, and there's still 200,000 left in what we approved advance for, can we just have them do it as opposed to going out to bid? Again, just the short time frame that we're at right now.
And I think you can, as Andy said, you had language in there to add or take away. I don't think it was specific.
We can also get somebody else too, all right?
We'd have to go out to bid. That would be the problem. We'd have to go to bid.
Why?
Yeah,
Because we committed to the contract that we had with them. If
You
we're
have
gonna add more to it, we don't have to commit to that.
You do. That contract is for the year, 2025 year for paving in town. And you can either add or remove the work you want to do.
But can they hire us up?
They can hire us up.
They can hire us up.
They can, but everybody's going to.
But it's just where we are. So when we bid the paving job, we had 3. We actually had, I think, 5 bidders. And we came down to the final 3.
Yeah.
And so, and I think at the time it was about $610,000.
Yeah.
We spent 4. What is it? 4 and change.
We may be up against somebody that can't do it as well.
Right. Yeah, if they can't do it, then we don't have to.
If we don't get to it, at least the ditch. At least let's focus on the other few roads.
So this is
they can get them done.
Like, this is my thought: is have them do Parade Hill, the spot trimming, whatever you recommend, spot chip on Hartson Road. Plan Gray Road and Garland Road for next year to make sure, like, if you got to do any limbing on trees, it's done. Like, ditching is done. Like, it's all done. They come in, pave, everything's done ahead of time, and make that part of next year's paving contract.
Yeah.
Just kind of make it easier, I think, in the long run.
Yeah, we can look at that and see what they're
Just
we can ask them to see what their availability is and see what their time frame is.
yeah. Plus,
Probably
you guys have
Probably makes sense for you to call them, talk to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cut out the
Do
middleman.
you guys have a time frame where you want them to stop paving?
I mean,
December 31st is the end of the fiscal year.
yeah, no. Yeah,
Depends on them in the plant,
No.
right?
I know some
Put
places,
down enough cows,
you know,
it's frozen, it'll be fine.
or, you know, some state fall, or, you know, you go binder down. Sure.
yeah. I mean, you know that, especially from your prior
I
history.
mean, it's temperature dependent at this point in time.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason why I just. Plus, if they come in, highways get a flag for them. So now you tie them up. So it's just another thing.
So that was in the contract, we have to provide flagging.
So yeah, and we've always done that. And Steve did suggest to us that flagging gets added into it.
Yeah.
And I know from years prior, like, flagging has been pulled out because of the cost that is associated with it.
Yeah.
But to Steve's point, look at all the work that you don't get accomplished in town.
Yeah.
So yeah, it may cost us more, but it's costing us even more money to not have the roads graded and ditched in the long run.
Well,
so,
I think on these, this is probably a day, maybe 2 days, right?
but
Yeah,
still,
this-
it's still time frame that they're going to be.
I mean, luckily there's no big intersections here,
Right.
so we're, you know, 2 guys, 2 crew members, you know, I have to help, so the rest of it can keep working, I'll do that, because I don't want the grading
Yeah.
to change stuff.
Yeah, that's what I. Especially this time of year.
Yeah.
So
Are you opposed to hiring, working temp flag? I don't know if that's.
find out what it costs. Let us know.
Yeah.
So
I guess the first question is, can you get somebody to do it?
Yeah.
Between now and then, right?
yeah,
That's the first thing.
yeah. See if we got it now.
All right.
Sort of, it's kind of off what my schedule, but Chief approached me, fire chief, asked me to just take some measurements for back for the fire station.
For what, paving?
Yeah, that's been years and years and years.
I just appeased him, I just took some measurements, just so you guys have it for your knowledge and what I measured out.
They want that for your addition.
That's capital improvement. I mean, that's a capital project to pay that.
But it's good enough.
Yep. We appreciate you taking the measurement, keeping the peace.
It's not much, you know, the length was 110 feet, that's the left side of the building. From the pavement straight out, 110 feet, 18 feet wide. Then you get to the back, basically from the edge of the propane tank, 30 feet. Total width back there, 60 feet. And roughly was 2.5 inches was 48 tons.
Okay.
So it just kind of gives you.
So 50 grand. How much is it? 50 grand.
Yeah.
But we got some groundwork to do. Is it pretty good?
It's pretty hard. I'm surprised.
And that's everything that's gravel right now, a little bit?
No, it's there's a red baller.
Oh, yeah.
You went from that red baller straight to the far side.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't want to. It looks like the rest of it was not good.
Because theoretically, there's a road all the way back
I
to
saw
PD
Well,
around.
No, it was just.
And then there are things out there somewhere, septic tanks, and cisterns.
There's stuff like sticking out now in certain areas.
Could be a body or two. Who knows?
Anything's possible.
That's right. All right.
But no, I figured, at least measure it for them and give it to you guys. And that's where we're at.
Karen, can you send that over to the CIP committee? That should probably go to them
Yes.
to be added to that.
No what?
CIP?
That was
I wasn't on
Yeah.
I would
Just-
do a rep for that one. That was
Just
awesome.
make sure that they have it in there,
Okay, sure.
because that should go over there.
Wasn't sure. He asked, so I
Did the right
came out
thing.
to look at fire extinguishers for us to see where we're at with those.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'll take a look at it.
good enough.
And then give you a rough idea what it would be.
Okay.
Other thing for short-term, long-term, some issues that we're kind of dealing with in the dirt roads, or what I would propose to, where we're having a lot of washouts on problem hills. Recommendation would be paving some of just those hill areas, to a flat area, up the hill to where it flattens out, to kind of prevent the washouts that we're having, because the amount of labor, materials that we're putting in consistently on these is pricey. It's a recommendation that if we have a real problem area that's consistent, those are the areas that we try to shoot for first. Not saying we pave all the dirt roads, but at least the hilly areas.
Because apparently you don't like being in Barnstead that much. If that were in your suggestion, they'd run you out and set you on fire pretty quick.
No. Just trying to.
No, but I understand what
Save the
you're
hills.
saying. Yeah.
So if you want to pave a hill and both sides of it are dirt, how is that going to play in winter operations?
As to what salt sand.
Yeah.
Same way we do narrows.
Arrows,
Now-
arrows, they don't even put salt in there anymore. It's so chewed up. But they used to. They used to plow a dirt road, go down the hill that was paved, and they
Yeah.
salt that, just that pavement, and get to a part where they can turn around and go back. And the dirt part, they would sand the dirt part. But obviously, all downhill, the bottom would be very muddy. All salt would walk downhill.
Looking to see what we can do. Just trying to prevent the huge
Yeah.
washouts.
So it'd be worth putting together a list
Yeah.
and look at it and see. And are there things that we can connect?
Yeah,
Some.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, John Tasker Road is a prime example of where we paved up the hill and then stopped on the flat.
Yeah.
On the bottom it connects the pavement, and on the top it's.
Yep.
And I don't want you paving the rest of John Tasker because Chris Hales will come and get you.
We don't need that.
No, but I understand.
I don't want. I'm just trying to.
I understand what you're saying.
Washouts and constant maintenance that we're dealing with right now.
There's a dollar decision and there's an emotional decision, and I get that.
Yeah.
I get where we are. All right.
What I got for right now.
You don't want to tell them about the yard? How you cleaning it up?
I don't think Jarvis doesn't look like a pat himself on the back kind of guy.
Not really. The crew's doing really well. This week we waiting on some parts, so like I said, we can start moving forward with grading. Fix some hydraulic lines on the rubber tire excavator. We found some lines that collapsed, shaped, a couple of leaking, so they've been getting those up to snuff. So next week we start ditching. Issues. Lots of fingers. In between that, they've been cleaning out those old storage trailers. I have a 4-yard container sitting in the yard for old steel that's been buried since 1950 in those trailers. We do have a tire company coming for all the old tires that can't be recapped, can't be even dealt with. Gave us a very good price on disposal at $13 a tire, win-win. So I thought that was a really good price.
Mhm.
Disposal. Maybe gonna take like motor tire or backhoe tire that drive off steel belts.
Backwood tire.
Yeah. So he's taking those. We have another dumpster coming tomorrow for all the stuff that we can't stick in the steel bin.
So they're just plugging away between everything else. Just trying to get the area cleaned up. We had an option. Earl County come in, take some pictures of stuff that's built for auction. They're gonna give us a list. I'll get it to you guys before we do anything. So you guys can go over that. We should have that probably by before the end of this week. Took a bunch of pictures today, but the auction's not until November. Yeah, second or third week in November. So
Like Sanders and stuff like that.
yeah, Sanders, the old files that don't go to anything
Mm-hmm.
that we no longer prep for. It's miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah, I know. There's all kinds of mistakes.
So is that too late to put them in the state auction?
Yeah, the state auction was October.
Hasn't happened yet.
It's October 11.
Yep.
Trying to get them out there to.
No, it's later than that. October 18th.
So
But you've already got somebody that you've arranged with to go.
Yeah, and the hard part is they say trying to get it. He had one in October the 11th. He was like, it's not fair to even try to get pictures and upload them. It wouldn't do us justice. Trying to get a state auction to come in and do pictures and upload.
So they don't have the state auction. You bring everything over to White Slime and Concord.
Oh, so we would have to truck everything over.
So you could either pay somebody to truck it over there, or you bring it over yourself over there, and they auction it off.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if you knew this or not, but we do have a Gov Deals account too,
I think she mentioned that.
just in case there's another auction. So
what they do is they'll take tons of pictures, serial numbers, they'll post them online, put them on the North Country auction. They'll just come to the site, they'll pay you guys, they'll come to us, and we just put them on the trailers.
is there a contract for that?
There's nothing signed yet.
Okay.
They're just doing the inventory.
Seeing what?
Yep. Then we'll present it to you guys.
That'll look better, all cleaned up.
Yeah. But they're busting their butt. They're doing a good job. All working good together.
Wasn't there talk about some tires that need to be replaced? Or some kind of program for tire replacement up there?
We've got
Truck tires?
We've got 2 trucks. 27.
Doesn't matter. You can give me whatever number you want. It's not gonna make a difference.
32 and 86.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Single axles right now.
Yeah.
We gotta replace the rear tires.
But I thought some or most of them had like those regular. They were just regular tires. I mean, they weren't.
We've had 2 companies come in now.
Okay. All right.
And these 2 trucks definitely need new tires.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got that pricing second up here. Pete's tire run is still waiting on another vendor because he's trying to find recaps because we're switching all the tires, those remaining that are on the rims. So all the truck tires are now going to match.
Why do you want to do that?
I don't know. I think it'd be easier at least.
Gary, can you give him some time?
Yeah, I can help you with
Gary will
that.
help you right out with that.
I was just wondering if we had looked into that and are working on that. I don't need pricing right now.
And we just this past week got some new tires on the pickup and the 1-ton.
Okay.
And got a front end line. So
Right.
drive well. Yes.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. So and we did get the tires put on the excavator.
Yeah. Can use that.
We're still getting that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Was Volvo today?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
They come out tomorrow to service the Volvo. No, they come out tomorrow. They're gonna do a service on it. They're gonna look at where the seat's not working. They're also going to look at the cylinder that's leaking in the front push block.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Good. At least look at it, see what's causing it, give us an idea what it's going to cost.
seal, or it's just a hose or something.
And then the board had already previously approved to have it gone right through. So,
Yeah.
see whatever else it needs for the budget season.
Yeah, overall, it's in pretty good shape. I will have some prices for the upcoming budget. for some equipment. Not that thing.
Perfect. I like it.
You, I know we have your recommendations.
Recommendations, benchmark.
I don't know that. Karen, did you look through these? I don't know if there's anything in here that requires a non-public.
No.
Okay. No, I thought it was pretty good. Just as although I think our current part-time employee can only work so many hours, right?
Yeah.
That's a recommendation. Just she's on the retirement system, but she was talking to them about whatever. So that is.
I've seen a lot of MRI reports. It's the easiest to do that. Thank
Well,
you
I
so much.
could have done the full blown
Yeah.
MRI report, which my boss probably would have wanted me to do. But this is typically how that would have cost more money. The front office gets involved, they've got to make it all.
And we'll get the report in 9 months.
This is, easy to read,
Yeah, clear and concise.
clear and concise.
That's how I like it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Jarvis, I assume you've gone through Steve's report and benchmarks. You good with all that?
Yes.
The one thing,
And we're definitely gonna start working on standard operating procedures and get those in place.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that we had a couple other things that we were looking at townwide that we've really been waiting on you. So you're already.
It was a trial run for other people.
That's right.
Easy way for me.
Steve, what do you got?
just one comment on benchmarks.
Yep.
Keep in mind, benchmarks are only good as far as you can define what level of service you want. That comes from the board, it comes from the people.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a level of service that, dealing with snow plowing, that, we're not gonna plow to 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can have one that's 1 inch. So just keep in mind what you like the level of service, giving it to Jarvis as to the feeling of the community.
Right.
You can have up here, or you can have down here, or somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. Well,
Just keep that in mind when you're talking about benchmarks.
okay. Can the roads be dry all winter long?
I mean, that is a good point because the state used to go the minute the snow would start going out, and then the past couple of years they've kind of held back.
Right.
Because of lack of personnel. People are like, what's going on the roads?
Yeah. It all depends on the level of service that people are comfortable with.
Okay.
I'll be happy if I can just stay home when it snows.
Well,
That's
it's
what I enjoy.
got plenty of guys.
We'll keep trying to keep it that way for you.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about that we would?
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow's my last day. And, thank you for the
Thank you.
experience.
No, thanks for I think the goal was for you to put it and prepare it for whomever. And so,
Hopefully we will.
It's done.
good.
It's on the straight line now. So we're gonna keep that train moving forward.
Nice. Excellent. And then you weren't here for the capital improvement program when they came through, Jarvis.
Okay.
So they're creating this. What are we doing as a town going forward? So we did put a placeholder in for a town highway garage, and we placed it 6 years out.
Okay.
Just so it's there.
Yeah.
So it's not a
Guaranteed.
it's not a guaranteed. We pulled a number right out of our rear ends. I did at least,
Yeah.
and that's what's there. So we've at least addressed that the need is there. Just so you're aware. I wouldn't go home tonight and say to your wife, "Guess what they're building?"
It's hard to call.
Yeah, because that's not the case. But there's an understanding.
There's a lot of planning.
Yep. So that is on there.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, he definitely has a better understanding as to what the town actually owns up there.
Oh yeah.
So when I
A
explained
lot
it
of
to
stuff.
him Friday, just so he knew.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make do with what we got.
Awesome. We're gonna get through a meeting without a non-public.
Oh no, we got those.
Oh, darn it.
I thought Jared had.
No, they don't.
No,
Actually, I don't think so.
good.
What's that?
They didn't. No, I thought.
I hope he doesn't have a non-public after
No.
this first week.
No.
Oh,
If we discuss personnel, it's non-public. If we discuss legal matters, it's non-public.
Okay.
So, like, if you were mad at Steve and you wanted to come in and complain about Steve,
it would be non-public.
Steve's
Not
leaving
public.
him a he could care.
right? But Jarvis, that's what we would do.
Do you have a sheet of what would be non-public there? Ask Aaron for one tomorrow.
Yep.
That's okay.
Thursday.
Thursday, sorry.
It's mentioned here, it doesn't have to be non-public, it's not a person, it's about the vacant position.
Yeah, the vacant position that we have.
Yep.
What I would propose to you is, would you be opposed to, if we hire someone at some point, allowing that person to get his license? His CDL
We've done that
license?
in the past, so wouldn't be the first time we've done that. In fact, we did 2
Mm-hmm.
recently. David and Bob. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's not.
It's an option.
Yeah.
It's an option.
Okay.
It may be looking at where we are that it's a 2025.
Yes.
Sorry, 2026 option to send them to school
Yes.
as opposed to 2025.
Yeah,
But yes, that's
at least
something
get his feet in here.
we could use as an option. Decide if we really like him before we send him to get his license.
Yeah.
I always like that. Might not like him.
Yeah.
Because they can still drive it one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 1 ton and 3/4.
You can drive the loader, you can drive the backhoe. Yeah. It doesn't need a CDL for those.
Awesome.
So,
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And Steve, hopefully we don't need your services in the future.
Have a
Well,
great
as I
time
told
with
Travis, just a phone call, but
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
We do need somebody to clean this hallway. I don't know if you're interested in something like that. Town hall, right?
He's heading to Idaho. He's got much.
We don't want to send him away empty. Yeah. We're going to give him options.
He doesn't work after our
Have a great
That's
time.
Enjoy vacation. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
That's what you're supposed to do with your fucking salary.
Help the guy out. You know, we need the money.
Thanks, Travis.
Thanks, Travis.
Stay right back. So do we have anything else for public?
I don't think so.
All right. What's our non-public? What's our,
About hiring,
okay.
Okay, I make a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91-A, semicolon 3, Roman numeral 2, C.
We'll see you. Bye.
Second.